Okay, here's the preparation for today's brew. You'll notice my yeast starter. It looks perfect. It's been going on for about 20 hours. The Krausen's formed, and this is exactly where I like to have it. I think too often folks try to overextend the duration of their starter. I like to get it just viable, kind of to this peak of activity, so it's ready to pitch. Then over here, here's the hop that we're going to be using. 1.25 ounces for 60 minutes, an ounce at 20, an ounce at 1, and then an ounce in the Whirlpool. So this is what's going to be used to really test out the new filter. Also, you'll notice on the 20-minute edition, I lay my Whirlpool tablet out there. That's the clarifier. I like to do that so I don't forget about it. I think we all tend to finish our brewing day and go, whoops, I forgot to add my findings. So anyway, there we have it. That's what we're throwing in the kettle, and we'll see what happens next. Here we go, just starting with the boil. Here's the hop, 1.25 ounces, going straight into the kettle. No bags, screens, hop spiders, any of that stuff. We're just going to toss it right in, get that boil going nice, and start the clock. We'll be back in 40 minutes when I go to add the 20-minute addition. And here goes the 20-minute addition. It's 1 ounce. Okay, here goes the 5-minute addition. This will be the last addition with the heat on. The next one I'll knock out, start the Whirlpool manually, and add the final ounce. But for now, go ahead and put this in. And we're getting close to see how the filter does. Be back in a minute. Okay, so I started the Whirlpool by hand just because I want to avoid any immediate pickup of the hop material as I had the first liquid leave the kettle. I'll make sure that I do a little bit of a manual pull before I connect the hose here. Again, because there could be a little particulate that could be sucked out right when we start. But I think you'll see that as the Whirlpool moves ahead and we get into the cooling process, most of the debris should be left behind. So let's let this Whirlpool go 5 minutes, and then we'll get into the action. Okay, I'm set to start the pump to do the Whirlpool and begin the chilling. You can see I have my thermometer plugged into the top of the return tube there. I can measure the temperatures down here. I'm going to be watching the flow to make sure the filter's not getting plugged up. And once we get to the cooling temperatures, I'll start transferring into the conical. So this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Let's cross our fingers and see what happens. Okay, we can see the Whirlpool running real nice right now. Took a while to get the pump primed. Not sure if that was the filter or what have you, but finally got it going. No big deal. Nothing too terribly different, actually, than what we usually all are up against. So the Whirlpool running well. Flow rate out of the chiller's good. Take a look. Temperature's dropping down nicely. I have just a little bit of cooling water running. We're going to keep our eye on the flow rate here. I can control that flow by this valve down here. This is the output of the chiller. So everything looks pretty good right now. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, I made it through the Whirlpool and the cool down, so now I'm transferring into the fermenter here. Flow rate has certainly diminished a bit. So I'm going to have to take a look at that. I'll take some shots of the filter once I open it up to clean it out, and we'll see what's going on inside of it. Well, no wonder we started running slow. Look at the hop buildup on this thing. Looks like pretty much everything that was in the kettle wanted to come out through the filter. So I don't know about that. A little disappointing. Maybe I should have run the Whirlpool a bit longer. I'll have to look into this, but that is why I got going so slow. Well, the brew day's over, and I have to say that I'm a little disappointed, yet still encouraged. I learned a lot, and I think oftentimes when you incorporate a new piece of equipment into your setup, that's what it takes. I've already sent a couple emails out to some of my friends who have similar, if not identical equipment, asking for a few suggestions on positioning, flow rates, other ideas that will yield some better results. So stay tuned. I hopefully will be able to make some improvements to this whole thing, and I'll certainly post another YouTube video once I've got it all figured out. Appreciate you watching. Take care.